So today we're going to be talking about energy management, particularly for empaths and for people who identify as empaths. And if you're wondering, am I an empath? The answer would be yes, because everyone is naturally an empath. It's just a matter of whether we're really tuned into those skills and whether we're using them or not. So if you have suspicions that you're an empath, yes, you are. What I want to talk about today, particularly with the help of my cat, is how to manage your energy when you're leaving the house. Because we all hear people saying all the time, I'm an empath, and when I leave the house to go to a party, when I leave to go to the shops, I'm exhausted. I come home and I need to sleep. I take on everyone's negative energy. It's not worth it. I hate going out. I hate socializing. Which isn't an ideal state, It's good for all of us to get out there and to socialize, and through meeting other people and having new experiences, we can then decipher what we do and what we don't want in life. We need that diversity so that we can make decisions about where we want to go in our life. Now, what a lot of people do who have this experience is then they call in angels and guides, or they surround themselves with white light to try and protect themselves. And this is A, I think, too difficult, and B, it's really disempowering, because you are the powerful creator of your own reality. You are in charge of your own energetic management. You shouldn't be calling in guides and angels to protect you. You shouldn't have to surround yourself in a bubble of white light or imagine a shield in front of you to protect you. It's much, much easier than that. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I want you to understand why you're getting drained, understand the triggers, and then you can stop it. And it's far more empowering. You don't have to feel unsafe, and you don't feel like you have to protect your energy anymore going forward, because you know what you're doing and why it's happening. So if we go back to where this has come from, back in the days of the caveman, when we were hunter-gatherers, we were genuinely in danger from animals that might hunt and kill us, in danger from other human beings. We would have to go out and have our energy sensors turned right up to know that we were safe. We'd go into a field and we'd read the energy. We'd go out into a forest and we'd have to read our energy. We'd meet new people, we'd have to read their energy just to make sure that we were safe and we weren't going to be attacked, killed, or anything like that. We wanted to just survive, right? So this is a basic survival skill, the ability to read the energy in a room, in an area, and from other people. That's where sort of empathy stems from at its most basic level. So what happens is now we're in a predominantly safe environment, okay? So we go out and we do a general sort of scan to make sure that everything's safe. That's normal. But the empath who's getting drained is going into the shops, seeing a guy picking baked beans off the shelf and going, oh, his energy is really high today. I wonder what's happened to him. Maybe he's had a promotion. Maybe he's gotten engaged. Life must be really good. They keep going. They see a mum with children who looks exhausted. Oh, I wonder whether she has support at home. I wonder whether she's a single mum. There's all this energy sensing going on. So the empath is going to the room and not just checking the energy of the room, they're reading everyone. They don't know that they're doing it because it's so normal to them. But the moment you pose the question, I wonder about another person or another person's scenario, you're actually reading their energy. It's also, if you think about it, it's probably not appropriate because it's none of your business. Not that you're meaning to be nosy, it's just the way that you're wired to read other people, okay, and their energy and what's going on in their lives. So the reason you're exhausted is because every time you're going out, you're doing mini readings on everyone you walk past. When you're at the party, you're sat back and you're doing an assessment and analysis of everyone who's at the party. So, I wonder what that guy's deal is, and that guy drinks a lot, and I wonder, whether it's just a social thing, or wonder whether he does it all the time, and that woman's, wow, she's really flamboyant and out there, and I wonder whether she's always like that or whether it's just a cover. All this wonder, I wonder. So if you want to stop the exhaustion, you have to stop reading people. This needs to be something that you turn on and off. It's not to suppress your skill. It's to know when it's appropriate to use that skill and when it's not appropriate to use that skill. So if there's a scenario where you're actually doing a reading for a person, or you're having an intimate conversation with a friend and you sort of want to help them more and read into their energy, that's the time to use it, right? When is not the time to use it is when you're going to the shops, when you're going to the party, when you're going to a family gathering with, your second and third and fourth cousins and aunts and uncles, because you're exhausting yourself. So what you need to do is catch yourself out. When you go into the shops and you find yourself going, oh, I wonder about a complete stranger, stop right there and go, you know what, it doesn't matter, none of my business. Continue walking down the aisle. You start going, I wonder about the mother with the kids. Stop yourself. You know what, none of my business, doesn't matter. If you do this habitually, if you do it regularly, it will just become the norm that you don't start prying into other people's energy and reading their energy. And the result will be that you can go out, and because you're not reading everyone, you're not exhausted. And then going out becomes a pleasure as opposed to something which is really quite painful. And see, what we've done here is you've taken back your own personal power. You're not relying on guides and angels to protect you from this scary energy, from this draining energy, from these energy vampires, whatever you want to call them. It's actually recognizing that you're doing it yourself by constantly reading other people and going, I'll turn it on when I want, and I'll shut it off the rest of the time because I'm generally in a safe environment. As long as I can walk into a room and feel that the energy in the room is safe, great, I don't need to do any more reading. If I get an alert to say something's up, then I'll reach out and find out what's going on so that I can stay safe. So that's my big tip for empaths in terms of managing your energy. It's what I do all the time, and it makes a huge difference to my energy levels so that I love going out. I know when it's time to come back home and I've had enough, but I'm not getting exhausted from just going to the shops or just hanging out with friends. And you can be exactly the same by empowering yourself with knowledge and cutting off the I wonder, why, how, if.